and we are way, 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 way overdue on some Lolo Library, and there are a ton of books, and it's the last day of February as I'm recording this, and which means like you haven't heard anything February, and we got Pontouf here who might interject some of his thoughts on these cool books. So I'm going to try and bust out a bunch of these in a really short amount of time for you. I only have a handful of the actual books here, and so we'll just kind of see what we can do. So without further ado, right, so first book on our list is one I don't have. I listened to it. It's called Boy Erased, which they just made into a movie. It's really good, based on a true story about a kid who's afraid to come out to his parents, and kind of when that happens and everything, the consequences and how the parents react, and his church community and all this stuff. So really, really, really good read. Haven't seen the movie yet, but I hear it's amazing. Probably a tearjerker. The next one that I read, which is only going to appeal to some of you guys, is called The Bullet Journal Method. This was a gift. Goes along teaching kind of this guy's method of using a bullet journal, which I am trying to do myself. So if you're interested in that different kind of journaling and all those things, this is a book for you. Highly recommend it. Lots of ideas. And then our next book, got to keep looking at my list here, is good one here, The Whistler by John Grisham. I've been reading a lot of his lately. I listened to this one as well. Was really good. He always writes everything good. So there's not much to say except for like this one had some good twists and turns and stuff that I wasn't expecting. So if you're looking for a good kind of mystery but legal, pick that one up. And then what's next? If you're like me and you love rereading and revisiting your childhood, Boxcar Children. This was one of my favorite series when I was a kid growing up, so I've been trying to recollect all of the books. We may have talked about these a couple times, but so this one was just a fun little quick read. I mean, it takes you half hour. And then we have this monster right here, New York. I bought this. This thing is huge. It's almost like reading War and Peace. I bought this on a trip to New York, which was pretty cool. I wanted a New York book. Didn't know what to expect. I also listened as I read along with this one, so that helps so I could get through it a little bit faster. But it basically goes through like decades of time in New York, and it was actually once I got into it and I started hearing the families and the names repeat, it was pretty cool. Think of like Pillars of the Earth, but in New York City, from like, I can't even remember what year it starts, like when people were immigrating. New Amsterdam in 1664 all the way through 9/11, and pretty current. So definitely, if you're a big New York fan, if you like that kind of history, but also with some fiction in with it, I really, really enjoyed this one, which was followed up with this nice book, Love in the Time of Cholera, which is kind of an older book. I've had it on my shelf for quite a while. Highly, obviously Oprah's book club, got lots of awards. They might have even made it into a movie. But yeah, kind of a classic out there that everybody should pick up and read. And then I don't have these other ones. I listened to them, but definitely like pretty much everything in February was like big, like loved. Highly recommend. So I followed up Love in the Time of Cholera with, actually I've read listened to quite a few of biographies or autobiographies. This Is Me, which I can't remember her last name, but from Chrissy, the gal that is in This Is Us. Really good. Her story, didn't know much about her, but I loved that. So if you're looking for a good, like motivational, like from the first chapter, I was just like, she could be me, and this is so amazing to listen to. So if you need like a pump up, but like you're worth it and keep following your goals, it was a good one. Then read American Marriage, listen to that, whatever, which has been on a lot of lists. Is going to be one of a book club book in the book club that I'm involved with coming up here really soon. Had no idea what to expect. Started listening to it, and it completely threw me. It's basically about a young married couple that ends up in the middle of like a murder trial or a rape trial, and kind of the aftermath of that, and very interesting, very worth the read. I was very pleasantly surprised. I really loved it. And then the next one was another kind of fiction, but it's very big in France, I think. So it was translated into English, called Your Second Life Begins When You Realize You Only Have One. And I listened to that. It was a quick listen, but very much like, young wife and mother that realizes she's kind of at a stalemate in her life and is trying to figure out how to be happier, and meets this man who's going to kind of coach her, and how she turns her life completely upside down and learns to be happy again and find all that joy. So I thought that was really awesome. Great read. Then I read, which was a fun, and the next one was really fun, Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick. So another autobiography read by her. She's hilarious. She's just one of us. So if you need a good, fun read of someone famous, loved that one. Followed that up with In Pieces by Sally Fields. So take it a complete opposite direction, learned so much about her life and her history and her, career, and just like almost had me in tears. Like her story is so interesting and captivating, and so much has happened to her, and coming out at the end of it was, it was kind of inspirational to listen to and realize that we can all overcome anything that is presented to us. So loved that one. I just, and then I'm going to save the other ones that I've most recently finished for the next one, because I know we have a lot, but I'm going to kind of skip ahead really quick to something that I haven't finished yet, but it's going to be due back at the library, so I'm not going to have it, and I just think it's a really cool looking book, and so I wanted to share. So this one will be in the next video that we do, because this one is really, really long, and I thank you for bearing with me. But the library book, definitely not what I expected, but it's a lot of history that still feels like a little fictional, but so like you get all this information. But it's about the LA Library, and one of the biggest, I think it's the biggest library fire in the history of the United States, if not the world. But it's, anybody that loves books is going to love this book. Once you get into it, you start reading and stuff. So anyway, this is coming up, but you get a sneak peek. Maybe I'll touch more after I finish it in the next episode. But that is the really long, overdue, lots of books, Lolo Library, episode 7. Lots more coming, and I'm hoping to share a sneak peek here online, not video-wise, but of some of the fun things I'm planning to read in March, just to give you a little sneak peek of stuff to look forward to. So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you guys have a great night. Happy reading. Send me what you're reading. Tell me what you're reading. Give me recommendations, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you next time. Bye.